All right, week 36.
All right. I'm not going to let it go. I don't understand why, if I own a fucking business, if I have 10 different producers that want to do shit at my show, at my business, why I have to pick one over the other, or say it's one or none or something like that. Even for any type of show.
Well, yeah, if you're producing bands and music
No.
and stuff like that, that's fine.
I'm just saying anything. If they wanted to do etching or painting or, okay, painting is a good one. So let's say the regular people that paint down there, all of a sudden they're getting somebody else who's going to come and paint with them. What's the difference?
Okay, so if someone goes to a bar and sees a music band play and they go, damn, this band sucks, it's not necessarily going to be a bad reflection on the venue, and it's probably not going to keep them from not coming back again. They're just going to say, that band sucks. Now, if you have a comedy show and a group of people go to that comedy show and the comedy show is shit, that makes the venue look bad, it makes the producer look bad, and the chances of them coming back for the next comedy show aren't going to be good.
Using your analogy, I would say that if I owned a place and there was a couple of comics that sucked, I'd say just don't put them on the bill. If I had a few bands that were playing, I would just say I don't want that band again, but the other ones are cool.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that comedy, it leaves more of an impact with the audience than a music would.
Oh, really?
In a sense where the producer, you can't have two producers in one room, because if one producer is producing shit shows, that's going to make the other producer's job harder.
No, then I wouldn't have them anymore.
I understand.
If I owned the bar and they were doing shit shows, I'd just say, no, you're done.
Okay, if you already have a comedy producer at your bar and they're doing shit shows, you let them go. You say, I don't want to do shit shows here anymore.
And I wouldn't.
And then you bring in a new producer.
Room. It's my fucking room.
Yeah, and then you bring in a different producer.
Or I do it. I hire
if you already have a comedy producer and he's running shit shows, you don't just bring in another producer and then work them both. It's just not.
Well, typically a show is not Typically, you're going to have the different musicians or different comedians, and if I was the owner of a place, I would tell the producer, I don't want that fucking guy back here, or I don't want this band back here.
Yeah.
And so that doesn't matter who's producing it.
What I'm saying
They're just making the phone calls for me and flyers and shit.
It's normal to have multiple producers for music in a venue, and it's not normal to have multiple producers for comedy in a venue.
I get that, and I don't understand it. I think it's ridiculous.
It's because comedy is a slightly different craft and art than music is.
How so?
Because it's a solo, independent individual up there trying to entertain you.
Like a musician. And
it's more important that the level of comedian and quality that you have for those shows is good.
Like music.
Like music, but there's a little more leeway with music because it's more, there's a wider range of who's going to like it, So they could be like, oh, I don't like that band because that's not my genre that I prefer. Okay, so the same thing with the comedian. They go up there, but the fact is that if you don't think they're funny, you don't think they're funny.
Right.
Doesn't mean they're a bad comedian.
So, if I don't want them in my fucking bar, I don't want them in my bar.
But you just don't have multiple producers at once. That's all I'm saying.
I get it, and I don't understand it. You just keep saying the same thing.
Yeah, I find it confusing too. Like I don't
because I said it already.
You said already. Can I make my point first?
Yeah.
Like if you work with the other guy that's doing his shows, you're not necessarily stepping on his toes. If you're like, I'm gonna do my show on this day, and this day, and you got your show on that day. I don't see why it's a big deal. I guess I kind of understand it from the point of you don't want it reflected on you on your thing, but I don't think that it's me personally. I don't think if I was producing shows, I would have that much of a problem with it.
Well, you should, because it's pretty straightforward that if you can work that agreement out with another producer, hey, more power to you. But a lot of times when an audience goes to a show, if there's two producers, they're not going to be able to tell the difference between which producer is which. Okay. Now, if that one producer is running shit shows, it does impact the other guy. So if he's running good shows, high quality shows, his turnout's going to be impacted if this guy's running shit shows.
Once again, if it's my fucking bar, I don't give a shit who you are. If it's a shit show, you're not coming back. So it's not your room. If you want to be good if you want to help bring in people to my bar, I don't give a fuck if you're doing penis contortionism.
And that's kind of looking too. Like I kind of feel like
Whatever.
You know, like the bar would like see them guys it's like putting on the fucking, you know what I'm saying, the better ones and like, all right, get out of here, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. That's just my freaking.
And I don't have anything against that. I think you
Well,
should
it
tell
sounds
the
like it.
producer. No, what I'm saying is, if you already have a comedy producer, you don't let another comedy producer produce a show there. You either let that producer go, or you work something out where you can have an agreement based on something.
Well, it sounded like you have an agreement. You know, this day was open. If I owned a bar and I had a Saturday open and somebody came to me and said, hey man, I could put on a show, I don't give a fuck what kind of show it is, even if it's the same kind of shows you're doing, whether it's comedy, music, whatever, and that day's open for me, it's like, oh no, I don't want to make any money tonight. That doesn't make any sense. No.
Okay, well, in this instance, when that happened, the venue owner said to that person,
Well, you're speaking of a specific thing. I'm talking about in general.
well, what I'm talking about is what happens when that happens, or what should happen. And what did happen was that he hit me up and let me know that this happened, and he talked to me about it and wanted to know what I thought. And I told him what I thought, and I told him, do whatever you want,
Mm-hmm.
because it's your business and you can do what you want. But just know that if you do, this is like an unwritten rule that you don't do this. And he knew that right off the bat, because he has a sense of loyalty to me when it comes to the comedy shows. Okay? Because think about it, if another producer comes in, he's going to say, I have to talk to my current comedy producer and see what he thinks. And that's what he's done. And producers, in the last 3 years, at least 6 comedy producers have hit up that brewery to do comedy, and he's referred them to me. And either I've worked with them or I haven't. So, this is part of the business, I guess.
Well, I mean, that's not uncommon in music either. Like Robbie Perez books all the shows for the Manette Salon, so to get into that venue, you have to go through him basically, and
Yeah.
then. But it's also happened that there's been bands that played down there, and the bar just simply said, "We don't want this anymore," and
Yeah.
they quit the bands, not the producer.
But imagine this, there's a producer at one venue, a comedy producer at one venue, another producer comes in, and the other guy charges $5, but this new producer is charging $20, and then these people line up and pay the $20, and it ends up being a shit show. Those people that pay that $20 and it's a shit show will probably never come back,
Right.
because that'll be their impression of
And
comedy
that'll be
there.
the bar's responsibility, not the producer's.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the producer shouldn't be putting on a shit show.
But let's say I own this bar again, and you put on a great show, and he puts on a great show. And it's like, why would I want to say that, oh, it's only for his room or his room? You know, it's like, no.
If you can
both
work
doing
2
great shows.
producers and they're both doing
Or
great
4,
shows
or
and they
8.
can work in harmony with each other,
Or 10.
that's great.
Whoever wants to put a show in. Like if I went to the Manette, probably, if I went and talked to Becky, I wouldn't have to talk to Robbie necessarily, but I would, Robbie, don't get me wrong. You know, if I wanted to put together some sort of fundraiser on a Sunday with a few bands that I'm playing in, or, you know, something, they would have no problem with that. I guarantee you that. Just because I would be playing music that would be conducive to their audience. Just like the Brother Knots. If I were to go down and set up a show there, they know that I'm not going to do something fucking outrageous like the Gerbil Turds might do, or the Weirdos.
Gerbil Turds.
And here's the thing too, is if a headliner comes in,
Or even when the Weirdos came, they
Is
knew
that a real
that-
band?
Yeah, that's my old Joe Barnes band, the Gerbil Turds.
if a headliner gets booked on a show, it's, you know, and they come in and they go to the owner and talk to the owner about the budget that the producer has, that's a big no-no too.
Well, I'm not sure about that either. 'Cause
See?
if I was gonna do a show, well, shit, I've done tons of shows and I don't have any fucking clue of how much money was dealt out to everybody else, and I've got nothing. So, you know, if you want to go like that, then it's like, I can go right to the owner and say, hey, well, how much are you giving these producers that I'm getting nothing from?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, yeah, that's not just a no-no, it's like a no fuck. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, moving along.
Yeah.
North Korea fired some fucking missiles.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Didn't see that yet.
Oh man, I've been slacking on the news.
Was that today?
I saw it first yesterday.
They're shooting. Are they shooting missiles in the ocean again? Are they shooting missiles in the ocean? Are they attacking the ocean again?
They shot missiles in the ocean, and fucking Trump was just like, he dismissed it. He's like, I think that Chairman Kim would keep his promise not to, to do anything. It was just, they were testing some shit. He called Biden a pinhead or something like that. So I know that he's, about his word, basically. Like, it's just like, he made fun of my freaking nemesis, so he's cool. He's not going to bomb us.
Wow. Yeah, I don't, that's my biggest fear is that Trump's going to use war as a way to get reelected. I mean, it seems like that's the route we're headed.
You playing cards during the podcast?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely what's going to happen.
We haven't even started construction on that wall yet. And we're 3 years in.
I thought he was doing something.
He just tried to get military funds allocated to start construction for the wall.
Yeah.
And then also just sent 1,500 troops to the Middle East.
The wall is a political thing.
Totally is.
Of course it is, but it's important that he breaks ground before his re-election. Because if he doesn't, then that means that all of his wall talk before was bullshit because he wasn't able to break ground in 4 years.
Yeah, I can't tell.
He's fucked. He ain't getting re-elected.
Because they're going to say they're already rebuilding it. Well, who's he gonna lose to? That's the big question.
Bernie, baby.
No way.
Fucking Bernie's gonna come up from the grave. Come up from the ashes.
Barring fucking death or impeachment, that dude's going to get reelected.
Oh man, you're so wrong, bro.
Trump's going to get reelected.
So many empty promises to the Midwest and all the workers out there. There's no way to vote for him again. No wall construction. He's fucked.
Well, there's no other Republican going to be running against him. And there's a shitload of Republicans that are not going to vote for a Democrat. So.
Yeah, well.
And there's so many of them fucking running. They're eating their own, basically.
Right.
Pretty much. But it's Biden or Sanders, really. I don't see anybody else making a run. You think Biden can do it?
Fuck no. Fuck yeah. Fuck no. He already got the fuck Uncle Bad Touch thing. That's where the fucking Republicans are way smarter than the fucking Democrats are. Because they waited till after the motherfucker was elected, or like, to start bringing up all this scandal shit. And I'm like, too late, motherfuckers. Like,
Well, so far, Sanders and Buttigieg have been on Fox. They're the only Democrats that have been on there, and they've taken criticism for doing so. But they're both wise in their responses. That's like, if we want to convince the other side, we have to go on their platform. And Buttigieg, he freaking made fun of their major anchors that they have, and he got a standing ovation.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, we're talking about a 37-year-old gay dude getting standing ovations from the conservative Fox crowd. That's pretty crazy. And then the Fox goes on to ridicule him the next day. It's just like, huh. And same with Sanders. He was on their town hall thing and said, who's got their own private insurance? The host is like, now would you want to keep that or get the socialist stuff that Sanders is talking about?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, socialist shit.
And he was like, oh yeah, I don't want to watch that. Really?
And they're like, oh wow, that's not the response we were thinking. Like,
I think
AOC.
I think AOC might be the first female president.
Nah, fuck no.
I don't see any other female even close. Dude, she's hated by a lot of people, don't get me wrong, especially Republicans, but I think 5-10 years from now she's going to be a force to reckon with.
Yeah, I can see that in a sense. If she stays with it the way she has stayed in controversy.
Yeah.
She's well spoken and
she's
determined. And yeah.
That helps.
Yeah, she ain't no Huckabee Sanders.
Say goodbye to your freaking gas guzzling car. She fucking.
Hey man, I'll take an electric car.
She is the epitome of resting bitch face, I think, for sure. Like just born with it, stuck with it.
She has Forrest Whitaker eye.
All right, what's local?
She has
news?
Forrest Whitaker face. Local news.
Anything happen that you're aware of?
That sailor we were talking about the other day being charged with espionage.
Oh yeah, Russia, contacting Russia.
Yeah. Apparently.
How do you even go about doing that? Like, you know, like just on Twitter, like, hey, Russia, want some secrets?
Well, I hate it that they put.
I'm drunk.
That's what they. Yeah, I hate it that they put in a drinking problem. It's like, I don't want to contact Russia.
Hey, Russia, hey, let
Yeah.
me tell you some top secret shit.
Like, blackout drunk. Just like a,
Starts leaking secrets.
Yeah.
Well, he was giving out pictures that he took in some of the classified zone.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, sending it to his father-in-law or stepdad or some shit like that. No, his dad and his ex-girlfriend. Like, yeah, let's give top secret shit to my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, right.
she'll like me again.
Oh, yeah, I can trust her.
Yeah.
I went down to the Memorial Day event Randall and I did
Nice.
yesterday. That's kind of nice. I bought a new poncho thing.
Got to see Cowboy Buck and Elizabeth Rocket.
Yeah, man. They're fucking rad.
I was kind of happy for him, though, that more people started sitting down, like, you know what I mean?
Those guys have been pulling a crowd for 30 years.
So
They don't have a producer, Joe.
Are they bringing some locals?
You gotta swoop them up.
Are they bringing some locals?
I think they're probably Seaback or somewhere. Yeah.
Kitsap County, though.
Yeah, for sure. They've done Kitsap Fair forever and Whaling Days and all sorts of places. Every time when my kids were that young, I'd bring by and they're dancing and do the balloons and shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I liked it. I don't think my ex liked it. So it is Memorial Day.
Memorial Day weekend, never forget.
It's not Veterans Day. Don't confuse it with Veterans
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
Randall's still alive.
Do you play cornhole at all? Have you ever played that?
I have, yes.
Are you any good at it?
Yeah, of course I am.
I need a partner for tomorrow at noon.
Huh. Where's this at?
Dog days.
Huh.
I got the buy-in all
There's
ready
definitely
to
an
go.
exit plan from Dog Days. As long as there's an exit plan, there's a possibility.
I kind of want to win it though, so if you're not gonna take it serious, there's money involved.
Dude, I take everything seriously,
Okay.
especially drinking and playing games.
Oh, you're good at that. That's for sure. We need to throw the football soon, man, and go golfing. Shit.
My
we're
shoulder's
slacking.
still not all for football, but I can hit a golf ball still.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
it's
do
as good
that.
as I used to do.
Let's do that Tuesday morning. Or
Some of us have to work, Joe.
Oh, luckily they caught that freaking one of the fucking kids that stole the guns.
He tried
yeah.
selling them online on
Yeah.
Facebook. And
Oh, is
shit.
that right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh god.
I saw that they have a suspect.
Tried using social media to sell the guns he stole. It's like Jesus Christ, man.
And he's 17, so he's in school or near was in
He'll
school.
be charged as an adult though, for sure.
Mm,
For sure.
Liberal County. We'll see. We should do an over-under on it. Let's think. I bet he gets 6 months probation.
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get too much of shit. Maybe I would say maybe a year.
We're talking about
probation.
gun charges here. He's doing at least a year of hard time. At least a year of
Okay,
hard time.
that's your guess.
This isn't just one single gun charge either. This is multiple gun charges.
Yeah.
Breaking and entering.
He's gonna get 6 months probation.
At least 4 felonies. He's doing at least a year in jail, locked up.
I could see him spending like a week in jail and being
Yeah.
on probation for like a year.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Jeez, you guys. Wait, isn't he black?
Dude, the guy that killed the person in Bainbridge Island driving a car
Mm-hmm.
hit some couple people that were walking.
Yeah, but he was
on the side of the road.
sober.
Got a citation.
Hold on a minute. He killed somebody
Yeah.
and put someone in critical injury for life, and he gets a citation. Not anything. No manslaughter. Nothing.
That shit blew my
Obviously, they didn't find him at full fault.
Well, we'll see about the gun charges, Joe.
Yeah, you know.
Jesus. Well, but I'll guarantee you the lawyer for the guy out there is a lot better than the lawyer down here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying 6 months for stealing guns and or get a fucking traffic ticket for killing somebody. Fuck.
Yeah. And that's what I find funny too about that, is because they said that it was kind of on them because they didn't have proper reflective clothing on.
Right.
Then why cite the guy? if he didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's about
Well, because he fell asleep at the wheel.
So he can't.
No.
That makes it even fucking worse.
Well, they could have had rainbow suits on if he's asleep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so he killed him. Like, fucking, that makes it even fucking worse. Like, you know?
straight up murked him.
Yeah, you know, you were tired, fucking pull over or some
Yeah.
shit, you know? Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you what, when you fall asleep on the road though, this happened to me. When you shut your eyes, you still see the road. That's the trippy part.
I've done something like that before.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you drive into a guardrail.
I've never wrecked, but I've been driving from Florida to Texas a couple times, not fucking.
Open the windows.
Dude, there's one night, man, we went to a rave, so we took the boat, like the 5:30 ferry out of here, went to the rave in Seattle, did ecstasy and all kinds of shit, left the rave at 6 in the morning, drank a Rockstar, and drove from Seattle around back here to Bremerton. And the Rockstar and the sleep deprivation and the hangover from the drugs, dude, I was hallucinating while I was driving from sleep deprivation. It was insane. I'd see like a little sign in the road and it would go turn into like this big old Robo-Jocks robot or some shit. Start shooting off missiles and I'm like, oh shit, this is real. I made it home though.
Well, that's good.
Sleep debt, man. Sleep debt will get you fucked up.
Any sporting news?
The Raptors are going to the.
Yeah,
Oh, the
the
Raptors
Canadian
won, huh?
basketball
Nice.
team going to the finals,
Oh.
man. When does that start?
Next week.
Oh, next week.
Dude, that place that I wanted to open a casino in Callow, they're getting a smoke shop, a drive-through smoke shop.
Yeah, I'd be sick to
Two
do a
of my
card room
ideas.
right there for sure.
Well, they already declined on that, but
Yeah.
they got this.
But sports, not much going on. Mariners are still shitting the bed. Concession stand caught on fire near T-Mobile Park. There's no fights this weekend, UFC anyway.
Nimitz left.
Nimitz left. A little city left. Old ass ship. They need to retire that thing.
What is it? The Nimitz?
Yeah. Just really old battleship.
Well, it still works, I guess.
Yeah, they're testing it out right now. Getting it ready for Trump's war on the Middle East. Take sides with Saudi Arabia and fuck people up.
Yeah, they're talking about Iran, but I don't know.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna fucking end Iran for sure. Because Israel is an ally of the US. So Saudi, Israel,
Oh, Village Greens is opening up again.
nice.
Yeah, I guess. Of course, it's hard. All right. Well,
Sounds
tell us,
good.
Bells. Good enough.
All right.
Anything coming up this week?
Nope, just the first Friday open mic on Friday at Dog Days. And don't have much else in June, kind of slowing down a little bit for the summer. Trying to get some fun shows when I do get them going, but yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
So the first Friday show is this week?
Yeah, this Friday, so or
When it be
the
next
7th.
week?
The 7th,
So
yeah.
next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
not this
right.
week.
Yeah, yeah.
So anything this weekend?
Oh yeah. So this Thursday we're doing an open mic at High Fidelity. It's my day 300 of not drinking.
This Friday?
This Thursday
This Thursday.
at Hi-Fi. So I wanted to gather a bunch of people for that and to get drunk, and then I was going to do a sober set. So.
Cool.
But and then Friday we have High Fidelity open to do whatever the fuck we want. So
All righty.
we'll see.
Sounds good.
Have a good day. Might be cool to try to do something Friday, like music-wise.
Oh, I think it's Robbie's room, or I think it's Mikey's room though. So we'd have to ask him.
It's not how music works, man. You can have multiple music producers.
Oh, I'm just saying, as a forerunner, I don't give a fuck about your goddamn.
Gonna have to talk to Mikey about doing music there.